I'm Susan Featherly from RE/MAX Town Center, and welcome to the latest edition of RTC TV. Today we have a really great episode for you. We're going to start off with Darin Chase, who are going to talk about the commercial market, mainly apartment buildings. Then we're going to move on to Rob Bost. He's an inspector with Buyers Protection Group, and he's going to tell us all the basics about inspection. Then we're going to have an update on our charity drive with Caren'a, Lasko, and Cynde Bost. Then our next segment will feature Karina and some of the other newer agents in a day of the life of a new agent. They're going to be going through their listing presentations. And then we're going to finish it up with Majid Malek showing us his latest listing. So please stay tuned. Is Darin Chase, and Darin is our commercial broker. So Darin, I think one thing that's really important right now is apartments. Why don't you tell us a little bit of what's going on in the apartment market right now?
Well, all right, and I'm happy to do so. Thanks for having me on today. The apartment market today is extremely tight. There's just very, very little inventory out there right now. And what is out there right now is becoming more expensive almost as we speak. Mm-hmm. There is, at least for the city of Burbank anyway, since 2008, there's been 54 units added in Burbank.
That's it, 54
54.
Wow.
And Glendale had 5,000.
Oh, wow.
5,000 units added in Glendale.
Kind of puts it in perspective, doesn't it? Yeah.
It certainly does. So that's why Burbank rents are steadily climbing. There's a lot of demand for rental units in Burbank. Yeah. And there's just very few out there. As a matter of fact, I have a colleague of mine who had an apartment for rent. And he had 150 phone calls in one weekend.
I know, we just had one for rent and the same thing. I mean, seriously, the phone literally rings off the hook.
Yeah.
And all the emails too. I mean, I can't, after a while, I didn't even respond because I had hundreds and hundreds of emails.
So it really is short, which in turn creates a lot of demand for apartment units. So those guys continue to go up. Cap rates can continue to go down, of course, because the prices of the buildings go up. But they're a great property to own right now because for many, many years to come, Burbank is going to be catching up on its housing stock, and they'll be a solid investment for a long time to come.
All right, and plus I see that like millennials really typically aren't buying right now.
No, interestingly enough, millennials prefer to rent right now. They've
got all the debt from their student loans.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And they can't get a job.
Yeah.
You know, very difficult getting good paying jobs.
Well, they can get MIC jobs, which is good.
Exactly, exactly. But so it's really tough for them because they've got the student loans, they can't get the jobs, and prices are so high right now that it just makes renting more feasible, but there's nothing to rent.
Yeah, exactly.
We're screwed.
I guess that part's going to be cut out. but in a sense, you know, until we have some more, housing stock added to Burbank, rents are going to continue to be high, and it does not look like we've got any significant increases to the housing stock coming for years.
Right.
So it would just we will have to see how this goes.
Yeah. So if you're looking to buy an apartment building or anything, even small units, small units,
I know an agent who you can call and ask about this, and you can call Darin Chase at 818-726-5080. And I know everything that's out there on the market, plus a few that aren't out there yet. So don't hesitate to call, and thank you so much for having me on today.
You're welcome. Thanks, Darin. All right, watch this commercial and we'll be right back.
The home at 14 Green Street. The showing. The butterflies. The papers. The crunching of numbers. The offer, the counter, the poker face, the impasse. Finding the happy place. The compromise. The closing of loopholes, the ironing of wrinkles, the signing, the shake, no, the hug. The sign of a RE/MAX agent.
Go. Our next guest is Rob Bost from Buyers Protection Group, and Rob is a physical inspector. Rob, everyone buys a home, they get a physical inspection. What does it entail?
A physical inspection of the home covers all the major components of the house, the mechanicals, the structure. It covers the electric, the plumbing, the drainage, the framing, roof.
Just basically
All the
all the
systems.
components
Yes.
of the house. All right, great. And this is real important because when you're buying a home in California, you are buying the home as is, subject to the physical inspection. So if you buy a home and you have Rob come out and he does the physical inspection and he finds a lot of things wrong with it, the buyer can then either ask for those repairs, ask for a credit, or they can decide to just, it's going to be too much work, let's just cancel and move on. So what are some things that a buyer should look for when they're hiring a physical inspector?
There's actually 3 things that are very important to look for when you're hiring an inspector. The first one would be their experience, how many inspections they've done, what their background was before they were an inspector. The most important one is the personality of the inspector. You want an inspector that's an even keel, doesn't get excited about things. You want somebody who is going to state the facts and not give advice. There's some very simple things with houses that could be quite harmful to you, but if the inspector goes about talking about them the wrong way, it could scare a client away, and we don't want to do that for something that's a 50-cent repair. So
Right.
that's really important.
Yeah, because the thing is when, I'm sure any of you who bought a home, when you get that physical inspection report, sounds pretty bad because it's obviously your job to write every little detail of what's wrong with the property. And
Exactly.
as you just said, it could just be a little item that's 50 cents. But what I always tell my client is it's really more, and goes into what you just said, it's really more about how the inspector, his tone when you're at the inspection.
Exactly.
Because a lot of times they're going to come and say, it's a good home, it's in pretty good condition, it has a few, minor things, but overall it's pretty good. Then you get that report and it's like, oh my God. It's kind of overwhelming to some.
Yes.
So it is important to have an inspector who doesn't panic and just kind of states it like it is and that kind of thing. So how long have you been doing inspections?
I've been doing inspections 7 years.
Yeah.
Prior to that, I did 12 years in construction and 5 years custom home remodels.
Oh, good.
So I've got quite a bit of experience.
Yeah, your experience all
Yes.
lines up with inspections. So if someone were to do an inspection, generally what's the cost?
The cost is all based on square footage. We have a 1,500 square foot minimum, so up to 1,500 square feet. For a house, it's 360.
Okay.
For a condo, it's 285. And then we go at 500 square foot increment jumps after that. Anything on the property that's extra, like a pool or an outbuilding or in-law quarters or something like that, would be an additional cost also.
Right. And when you actually are at the inspection, generally about how long does it take?
It takes, depending on the house, everything's based on the house, the condition of the house. The worse the condition, the longer it takes. If it's got a crawl space, it takes a little bit longer. If it's got an attic, it takes a little bit longer. So generally speaking, we start at about an hour and 45 minutes for a normal sized house without a lot of problems, and goes up to 3 hours for a normal sized house. And if you're talking about something that's 6,000 square feet, we're going to be there half a day. So,
Exactly. Nice. Yeah, condos are pretty easy. No
Yes.
crawling under,
Yeah.
over, you're done.
condo, an hour and a half, and I'm done. I'm talking to the client.
Well, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how can they get in touch with you?
There's several ways to get in touch with me. They can call me directly. My number is 661-644-3141. You can log on to the website for Buyers Protection Group, and I'm listed on there. That's bpgwi.com. Or you can call my scheduling number, and that they have direct access to my calendar, so they can get you an appointment right away. They know when I'm scheduled and when I'm not, and that is 800-285-3001.
Oh, great. All right, well, Peter and I have used Rob before, and we do highly recommend him. So if anyone out there is considering a home inspection, Rob's the guy to call. I actually came up with one more thing to ask you about. I noticed that lately it kind of seems like our industry is changing a little bit with the CFPB, and normally the buyers will pay for that inspection once you're in escrow. But I feel like now things are sort of changing, and now sellers are starting to do sort of like a pre-inspection. Have you noticed that to be true?
Yes, I'm picking up a lot more pre-inspections, and I think it's for several reasons. Some of the homeowners, they just want to know what the problems are with their house before they sell it. They have that report in their hand, and then when they talk to a potential buyer, they can say, this is the known problems, and we're not going
Right.
to negotiate that price from that because it's priced appropriately
Right.
for the things we found in the pre-inspection. So
Right.
it's worth their while to do that. If they're looking for to get top of the market and they've got some physical defects with the house, they need to drop it a little bit. And
Right.
So that's a good thing for them to do.
I do too. I think that
Yes.
we're going to be seeing a lot more of that in the future. And
I think so also.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. That way you're set when you open escrow instead of all that
Yes.
constant renegotiation. Well, thank you so much, Rob. We really appreciate it. And
Thank you. Thanks for having me in.
yeah, once again, Rob Bost from Buyers Protection Group. All right, watch this commercial break. Thank you.
The home at 19 Walker Court. The agent. The rolling of sleeves. The look over. The look under. The application of dirt under fingernails. Turning over every rock. Turning over every chimney. Checking the nooks, checking the crannies, checking the walls. The floors, the gutters, the doors. Finding the flaw, calling the specialist, fixing it, cleaning it, prepping it, painting it, listing it, showing it, selling it. The sign of a RE/MAX agent.
Go. All right, we're back, and right now I have Caren'a Lasko and Cynde Bost, and we're here to talk about our charity events. This past Valentine's Day, actually throughout the month of February, we've been raising money for the Burbank Animal Shelter, and Caren'a was in charge of the committee to raise money, and
Yes.
what the agents did is they went to the past clients, they door knocked, they dropped bags off, and the entire community actually participated. So tell us a little.
Well, I was really pleased to find out that the Burbank community is committed to helping the animals, and we decided to do it on Valentine's Day, which is a love day, hence my shirt. So we had people drop off donations. We also went to their homes with flyers and bags, and we had such a great turnout. And then what we did was take it to the Burbank Animal Shelter, and they were extremely grateful. And I want to tell you both that we are going to do it every year. And so every Valentine's Day, well, throughout the month until the 14th of February, we are going to be doing this for the animals.
Yeah, what
And
was-
we're all big animal
Yeah,
lovers.
we all have animals. And what were some of the things we collected?
Oh my gosh, we collected, it had to be canned cat food and dog food, toys and
Blankets and
blankets
beds
and
towels.
towels
Yeah.
and beds. And we,
Newspapers.
oh yeah, newspaper.
Newspapers was so helpful.
Kitty litter and just a array of different things that we collected, and I was really pleased. And I'm really pleased that all the help of our RE/MAX Town Center office here really came through, and all the agents, they just really rolled up their sleeves and pitched in, and I'm pleased. So we'll do this once a year. You look forward to it. We're going to be in the leader, and so thank you. I just want to say thank you to the community.
Yeah.
Thank
great.
you to all the agents here.
Yeah, thank you for really tying it together.
Yes.
All right. Now Cynde, we don't want to leave Cynde out.
No.
So the rest of the year we are continuing our charity events for Children's Miracle Network that helps support LA Children's Hospital. And Cynde, what is our first event for the year?
Okay, our first event is Bob's Big Boy Fundraiser, Bob's in Toluca Lake.
Right.
It'll be on the March 10th from 4 p.m. to 10, and you'll need a flyer. And we'll be happy to drop off a flyer. You can pick it up here. We'll email it to you. You take the flyer, and then Bob's is going to donate 20% to the Children's Miracle Network and Children's Hospital of Los Angeles.
That's great. So once again, if you've watched our broadcasts in the past, we need to raise $2,000 as an office to be considered a miracle office. So last year was a little bit tight. We didn't quite make the goal, but we did only have 5 months that we participated. So this year we've got the whole year, and I'm pretty sure we can come up with that amount.
Yes, we're going to
and
do it
more.
this year.
So
We're
yeah, we're
definitely
going to do
gonna
it. So we have a lot of things planned, and like we just said, our first is at Bob's Big Boy. So we hope to see everyone there. Thanks so much.
Thank
We'll
you.
be right back.
Home at 200 Pine Street. The agent. The office. The agent out of the office. This is what you see. This is what you don't see. The hustle. The huddle. The drawing board. The shuffle. The open house. The bees buzzing. The buyer. The gentle nudge. The leap of faith. The offer. The negotiation. The pit bull. Finding the middle ground. The sigh of relief. The close. The sign of a RE/MAX agent.
All right, we're back, and this segment we have the lovely Karina Rosales joining us. And you remember Karina from previous segments in A Day in the Life of a New Agent. Well, I'm really happy to say that Karina did pass her exam, and she is now a realtor, and she's been a licensed realtor now for about a month. So Karina is still, of course, working really hard and practicing and getting her scripts and dialogues and presentations and all that stuff together, and she's pretty much mastering it, I think. So Karina, what can you tell us about the segment we're looking at is listing presentations. What can you tell us about listing presentations?
Well, all I can say is that it's a lot of work, but I think it really pays off. You know, you need to be prepared when you go to your listing appointment. It's not just something that you can wing and kind of do while you're just there. You really need to prepare for it. There's a lot of work that goes into it, and I've been doing it since July.
Yeah, I think it was July.
Yeah, and it's still not perfected. I'm still practicing it till this day, so it's still a lot of work, and I'm looking forward to even perfecting it much more in the future.
Right, because the last thing you want to do is practice on a client when you get a client there.
That's the last thing
you want to
you
make sure you
need.
do. And there is so much to it, because you know when someone's selling their house, most people that's their biggest investment. And
Yeah.
it is really important that the agent comes in prepared. And as we know, 87% of the agents can't even support themselves, so most likely they've never practiced a listing presentation ever. So the students here are doing them on a daily basis, and I think they're doing a good job. And this is a little clip of it, and let's give you a chance to see what it's like. Here's the clip.
So I prepared what we call a comparative market analysis. There are two
Sit on your home. I prepared what we call a comparative market analysis. There are
So we've prepared what we call a comparative market analysis. There are two parts.
All right, I prepared what we call a comparative market analysis. There are two parts to this research. Part one, we call Fantasyland, what homeowners list homes for. And part two, we call Reality, what real estate agents list and sell homes for.
Sell homes for. Now, we're going to have to decide tonight where you want to spend your time. The purpose of the comparative market analysis is to determine value in the eyes of the buyer. Are you two familiar with how buyers determine value?
No.
Well, buyers determine value by comparison shopping. They look at the.
Do you know how buyers determine value?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, buyers determine value by comparison shopping. They look at the price of your home based on its features and benefits and compare it to the features and benefits of homes that have sold recently or are still on the market. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, yeah.
so
All right, let's look at what buyers and their agents focus on. The sold listings. These are the homes that have actually sold in the last 6 months. I just said that, sorry. Resale home sales can be the best indicators of what your home is worth.
Okay. Now that we've seen these prices, I'm going to recommend a price for you at $965. Will you, Susan, list your home with me for that price tonight?
$965. No, I really want to know. I mean, everything is new. I think it's worth. You know, another agent said they could give me more money. Paige was here, and
She said she can get you more
she
money?
could give me more money.
Well, can I tell you why that makes me nervous?
Why?
If another agent,
No, that's the wrong one.
An agent assumes they can take the listing now and start beating you up on the price week after week after week. Is that what you want?
No.
So then we're clear why agents list properties overpriced, right? And they say that they can get you money.
Yeah.
What's the next part?
What price do you absolutely have to have?
What price do you absolutely have to have?
Price do you absolutely have to have? I know, I'm sorry.
why do you feel your home is worth $150,000 more than your neighbor's?
Because I put a lot of money into my home, and because my home is located on a corner lot down the street from Jamian Middle School. That's why.
That'd be funny.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. If a buyer wants to buy your home, but they don't want to be near a school, and they don't want the pool or the gym that you have in the back, then how valuable is your home then?
To get you in New York by the desired time of summer,
How much? Sorry.
$480,000.
But it stopped recording. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. Well, all we need to do now is simply sign a contract so I can help you get what you want in the time you want. That'd be great.
Uh-huh.
Fantastic.
No, you're right.
I'm a little
That was a little bit easy.
Yeah, I know.
But negotiation.
I want you to negotiate with me.
That was no negotiation. Yeah, okay.
Well,
Great job, Karina.
Thank you.
All right, so what have you been doing since you've gotten your license this past month?
Well, I've been doing a lot. I've been doing my cold calls. I've been walking around the neighborhood trying to just get my face out there and handing out flyers. I've been trying to door knock, knocking on expireds, notice of default, NODs.
NODs, yeah.
And I've just been trying to get out there. I've recently started going on the caravans around town, so I'm getting to know more of the realtors. But yeah, it's just a lot of work.
Yeah. Have you loved every minute of it so far?
It's a struggle. It's a struggle, but I have. I really learned to appreciate the struggle of producing more business.
Yeah. It's a tough business. Well, anyway, Karina is great, and she's very well trained, and she really works extremely hard. I mean, I'm serious. This girl rode her bike from Pacoima.
Yeah, my car broke down and I rode my bike.
So to Burbank in the heat. So I mean, she's very dedicated. So if anyone out there is interested in listing your property, please give Karina a call. How can they reach out to you?
My number is 818-212-3319.
All right, great. And how about your email?
My email is rosalisrealtor@gmail.com.
All right, great. Thanks, Karina. We're very proud.
Thank you.
All right, watch our next commercial, please.
La casa en Park Drive número 43. La pareja, la nieta, el agente, la oferta, el rechazo, la negociación, la batalla, el duelo, la rendición, la victoria, la señal de un agente de RE/MAX.
Our next guest is the lovely Danielle Garrison from the Garrison team here at RE/MAX Town Center. And Danielle's been working with a lot of buyers lately, and our kind of theme is low inventory right now. And when you're working with some buyers, you really know what it's like to have low inventory. So, I mean, really, what has your life been like lately?
It's horrible. The inventory sucks right now. There's a lot of buyers out there that are looking for their dream homes, and then when we get to the showings, there's just always one thing wrong or something, and basically we've just been looking forever.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's taking months.
It's taking months.
Instead of just driving a buyer around and showing them 5 to 10 houses, you're literally spending now 5 months driving the same buyers around trying to find something.
Yeah, and they're ready to buy too.
Yeah.
They're ready and they have everything like in line. It's just finding that home.
Right. And then when you do find that home, oh my God, how many kind of multiple offers are there? I mean, you've got multiple offers.
All the homes that do work out for our clients, there's always multiple offers on it, and then there's backups and this and that. It's never just like you get this home.
Yeah.
So everyone wants it.
Exactly. So if anyone's watching out there, our viewership of 3 people, if anyone is out there and wants to sell their home, Danielle has a few clients that she's really been working with, and what are some of the things they're looking for?
Well, we have about 5 buyers that we're working with. Our first buyer is looking for a condo, and they're willing to spend up to about $300,000. They want low HOAs, so no more than like 270, 280 at the most, and that's pushing it. They will look at a 1 to 2 bedroom, and they would prefer a little bit of an open living room space. And then our second buyer is looking for a 2-bedroom house. Their budget is $600,000, and they are all cash. And then we have a third buyer that is looking, they prefer the hill. They want a, what is it called, like a open concept living space.
Okay.
And they would love to have like the living room and the kitchen all kind of flowing together.
Right.
And their budget is anywhere from $700,000 to close to $1 million, depending on the house.
Right.
And then our fourth buyers are open to anywhere in Burbank. They've looked everywhere basically. And they're also open to like right out of Burbank into Sun Valley area, but bordering Burbank. And they are looking for about a $580,000 house. It has to be 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 2 bath.
2 bedroom, 2 bath.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get them all mixed up.
I know. When you have so many and you're looking at so
Yeah.
many different things at once.
Yeah, so that's basically the main ones what they're looking for. And we have other buyers too that are looking, but they're just still kind of shopping around, not really sure what they're going to get yet.
Exactly. So anyone watching, if you have a property that fits the description of any of these homes, please give Danielle a call. And Danielle, how can they reach you?
You can reach us at my cell phone number, which is 818-749-5331, or you can reach us at thegarrisonteam@gmail.com.
Great. All right. Thanks so much, Danielle.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back.
Everyone builds dream houses. But when you dream, you close your eyes. That's why you need a guide. To see if it's too close to the train, to line up a good school, and remind you of the cost of a pool. With a RE/MAX agent, you will see how much better than a dream home the right home can be. RE/MAX. Dream with your eyes open.
get that. All right, next segment we're joined by Majid Malek. And Majid, you've known him from previous episodes. He first appeared on the show as our in-house notary, and then he appeared in a couple of segments as a day in the life of a new agent. And now I am proud to say that Majid is actually joining us as a new agent. It's been well over a year of him training. He knows exactly what to do. He knows all his scripts and dialogues. His presentation is totally kick-ass. He's doing a great job.
Thank you.
And after just 42 days, Majid actually got his first listing from a cold call.
Yes.
So Majid, why don't you tell us about this great listing you have?
It's an amazing home. It's located in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, the 909 area, which is the Inland Empire. It's a very nice home, 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom. It does have new additions added to the home. And most of the additions added to the home have never really been used. So it's a great opportunity for families or those that are interested in moving into the 909 area. Very close to Chaffey College as well as many high schools.
Great, and what is it listed at?
$475,000.
It's a good price. All right, great. All right, well, let's take a look at the video. That was a great listing, Majid. I love the patio in the back. It has beautiful views of the mountains and everything.
Very private, very nice.
Yeah, it's great. Are you having any open houses that people can go look at the house?
Yes, mark on your calendars. March 6th from 2 to 4, my team and I will be holding a special open house for the neighborhood, and of course, invite your family and friends.
Great.
Thank you.
All right, let's take a look at some of our other listings. Thanks, Majid. I hope you guys enjoyed our broadcast, and I hope you stay tuned, and we'll bring you another one next month. So thanks so much. Bye-bye.